Radical sabbatical, day one.
I've never really traveled solo before. Sure, a random overnight camping in the woods back home, or flying out to meet a colleague for a shoot in some corner of the United States. I've never been more than a few hours away from those I know and love. Growing up in homeschool and church gave way to marrying young at 21, and I moved from my parents' home into my first apartment with my first wife. No gap year, no studying abroad, no spring break. From the guidance of my parents, the guidance of religion, to the guidance of my spouse, and the guidance of seeking comfort. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and I regret nothing. But now, in this stage of my life, it's time to find a new guide.
Oh boy, and we have blue sky. Blue sky. Finally, it rained hard last night, and our hostel has no power. And by our, I mean you and me. Which means I cannot shower. Which also means I definitely smell. But I'm also hungover, so I'm gonna go back to sleep, even though it's 10 a.m. I was out drinking with new friends until 3. I'm not a drinker. Ugh.
I planned nothing before flying out here, so I've just spent the last week wandering around. I didn't even try to check out any particular iconic landmarks. Just picked a direction every morning and let myself get lost.
Okie dokie, here we go.
Occasionally, I was forced indoors by the unseasonable weather Lisbon experienced this spring. But I bought myself an umbrella and walked through some pretty heavy downpours.
I should mention that I caved and bought an umbrella.
Weather is a guide,
This morning it was beautiful out, and
right?
it's not now.
I made some new friends. Some who were into wine and
I have
cheese,
a date. Super weird.
others who were into beers and karaoke. Friendships can be a guide, right? After all, I started this trip in Lisbon, Portugal, because it was the most common place recommended to me by my traveling friends.
Walking to visit a friend who I knew years ago.
Then there's GPS, subway maps, and bus routes. All guides. In years past, trips were mostly planned out. Whether an on-location shoot,
That was an interesting night.
anniversary vacation, or adventure. But this time, it's just me. So I'm letting my soul,
Feeling good.
my intuition, my gut lead the way. Your gut can be a guide, right?
He screams free! I'm free falling!
Just had a real quick case of where the fuck is my passport. Don't worry, I found it.
Singing free! Yeah! I'm free falling!